replays. Tonight, a special presentation of JC Sports Replays, Chasing 400, the story of Ted Williams and the 1941 Boston Red Sox. Well, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joe. This is JC Sports Replays with a special presentation tonight as we take a little break from our 1986 Strat-O-Matic replay to delve into a project I've been wanting to start. I recently acquired the 1941 season, and as much as I love a full season replay, I like to intersperse smaller projects into my larger projects. And our first smaller project here on the channel, all 154 plus games of it, will be a replay of the 1941 Boston Red Sox season, where we see if Ted Williams can bat 400 batting leadoff. Yes, that's right, batting leadoff. I think Ted's a great leadoff hitter. In fact, we've set the Boston lineup in a very unique way, an uncharacteristic way, but one that should be fun to see how it plays out. So I have a notebook, Kurt Berglund style. Thanks, Kurt, for the suggestion. It actually inspired me to do something a little different here than I've ever done, as far as how I'm going to keep the records for the games and everything. And it's exactly what the title says. We're going to see if Ted Williams can bat 400 while batting leadoff for the Boston Red Sox all season. So I have stupidly not set up my fielding charts, although I do have my lineups all ready to go. So let me just grab some fielding charts and some pitcher sitting cards so we can get things going. But I've been fascinated by the idea of Ted Williams' season. I've barely played the 41 season. I've messed around a little bit with some exhibition games. Played, I think, probably 20 games with this set since I got it. And ever since, I just kind of looked at all the teams and saw who was who and found a lot of guys I don't recognize. But that's okay. It's 1941. I wasn't born for another 32 years. But Williams' season in 41 was one of those we've all heard about. It's the last time anybody batted 400. And I wanted to see what would happen here in Strat Super Advanced. So I'm over-explaining a simple concept. We'll take a quick look at the Ted Williams card before we get to the game. I just want everybody to see what we're looking at here for Williams. So this is Ted Williams' card. In 1941, he had 406 in 456 at-bats, but also drew 145 walks, which, if my math doesn't fail me, that's 599 plate appearances, which means he probably didn't play every game, although he came pretty close. He probably took a couple days off. 33 doubles, 3 triples, 37 homers, and 120 driven in. Only 27 strikeouts, which is insane and probably something that Strat can't replicate. But we'll see how close it gets without any modifiers. 2 stolen bases, 4 caught stealing, a .551 on base percentage. So why is Ted batting leadoff? Because I think that's awesome. A guy with a .551 on base percentage is going to set the table a lot. He's got okay speed. He's a 1-13. And a .735 slugging means he will often lead off the game with an extra base hit. So it should be really interesting, in my opinion, to see how Mr. Williams does from the leadoff spot for a full season. I didn't want to do an as played because we're doing that with 86 for every game, pretty much. So this is like the first of our great seasons replays, I would think to call them. Some of the other ones I want to do are 1920 Babe Ruth, 1924 Rogers Hornsby, are the first two that come to mind. There's a Pedro Martinez season I would like to do, as well as Nolan Ryan's season. There's a number of others, really. Those are just the ones that jump to the top of my mind because I think I have those sets handy. And frankly, 41, at least the American League, isn't a full season replay that appeals to me. Even DiMaggio with the 56 hitting streak is something that's incredibly difficult to replicate in any kind of game. And just the streakiness of the dice, it's something very, very random. Probably anybody who hits 350, if we do an infinite number of replays, there's probably guys that come close or even surpass that 56 games. But to do a single replay and hope that DiMaggio goes for 56 straight is almost impossible. I bet the odds are very, very low, probably less than 5%. Even if you had a really, really good on-spot season, and even if we did as played. So, but anyway, that's a discussion for the future. Today we're going to do Game 1 of this 1941 Ted Williams Boston Red Sox replay. The basic MO for this is that I'm going to do it as a super advanced replay with weather effects. So we're going to use the full feature strat cards. I'm going to set the Boston Red Sox lineup, but Williams will bat leadoff every game. Ted cannot get injured. In fact, I'm pretty much going to ignore injuries for everyone. What I will do is use the solitaire rest chart to rest other players as appropriate, particularly on the other team. So today it happens to be opening day. I'm using the suggested lineup off the Strat-O-Matic roster sheet for the Washington Senators. But for Game 2 tomorrow, we'll roll on the solitaire player rest chart and see who has to rest, if anybody. So we're just going to keep it real simple like that, just to keep some verisimilitude. Let the game engine kind of do its thing. But the caveat is Ted will play every game and bat leadoff every game, no matter what else I do to the Boston lineup. That's the plan. So I hope you enjoy this. We're going to take our time with it. I'm not replacing 1986. I just felt like doing something different tonight. To be honest with you, I wasn't sure I was going to even play a game on stream tonight. I was thinking about doing the first game of this off stream, but then as I relaxed and got some distance from a rough work day, I thought it would be kind of fun. As you probably hear the toilet flush in the background, it's the price of a small house. What are we going to do? It's not a professional stream, folks. We're just having fun here. So, yeah. Without further ado, let me get to the lineups. First of all, we're in Fenway. It is going to be the Washington Senators coming into Boston for opening day on April 15th. We're playing the actual schedule, but again, it's not as played. So the Strat-O-Matic suggested lineup for the Senators goes like this. The left fielder, George Case, will be batting first. Batting second, center fielder, Doc Kramer. Batting third, right fielder, Buddy Lewis. Batting fourth, shortstop, Cecil Travis. Batting fifth, first baseman, Mickey Vernon, future Red Sox. Batting sixth, third baseman, George Archie. Batting seventh, catcher, Jake Early. Batting eighth, second baseman, Jimmy Bloodworth. And on the mound for Boston and batting ninth, on the mound for Washington and batting ninth, Dutch Leonard, who was 18-13 with a 3.45 ERA and 33 starts. So that's who the Red Sox have to deal with tonight on the mound. By the way, he is a number 1 pitcher, WR, so we'll put that pitcher sitting card there. And that is how Washington sets their lineup. On the mound for the Red Sox to face that lineup is Dick Newsom. We just ordered the starters here by their number of starts, so Newsom has the most starts for the Red Sox with 29. He went 19-10 with a 4.12 ERA in those 29 starts, 235 hits to 214 innings, 79 walks to only 58 strikeouts as a pitcher, and he allowed 13 homers. Newsom a right-hander. So I don't expect a championship season from these Red Sox. The Yankees won this one going away with a fairly big lead, if I recall correctly. I should have noted the records ahead of time, but I didn't think to. So here we are. That's really it. Oh, let me tell you about the Red Sox lineup before we get started. Actually, you know what? We'll do the Red Sox lineup when they come up. So we'll get things started. We've got the red and white dice representing our Red Sox replay with a slightly off-red 20-sider. All right, so Newsom is on the mound. He is a 9 fatigue, as is Dutch Leonard, because it's 1941, folks, and these guys finished what they started. And left fielder George Case coming up to bat, a right-handed batter. Newsom with the first pitch of the ball game. How about a 6-10 against the right-hander? That's a ballpark single. It's a good day for baseball here in Fenway Park, so singles are 14-14. And that is not a ballpark single. That's a line drive to the shortstop, Cronin, for the first out of the inning. That will bring up center fielder Doc Kramer with 1 out. Newsom back on the mound into the windup, and Kramer waits for the pitch from the left side. You'll find that to be a 2-5 against the righty. And that's a line drive up the middle, Kramer with a base hit. So Kramer's on at first. Oh, I didn't do the hold, so let's see. Newsom's a 0. And the catcher, Pitlack, is a -1, so that'll be a -3 hold on Kramer, which makes him a 13 to steal with only a 3 chance of getting a lead. So let's see. Buddy Lewis is a hit-and-run B. So they're going to hold him, and Washington's going to try the hit-and-run with Buddy Lewis. Lewis, the right fielder, batting left. Will be an A hit-and-runner with the runner held here. So here's the pitch from Newsom. How about a 6-10 against lefties? That's another ballpark single, 1-14. And that's a base hit. So Lewis with the perfect hit and run through the vacated right side. He pulls it. Kramer gets over to third, and Lewis is on at first. They'll hold Lewis at first, looking for the double play. So Newsom in a little trouble here. 1 out. Runners on, first and third, and here's Cecil Travis. Travis, a good hitter at shortstop. Look at that bold all over his card on both sides. He'll be batting left against the righty Newsom. Newsom glances at Lewis. Lewis not going anywhere, with a throw over just to be sure. And here's the pitch to Travis. That is a 2-10 against the right-hander. Ground ball to second. They're playing back for the double play, so Dorr will field it and flip to Cronin. No, he won't. I'm sorry, it's a C. Dorr will field it and fire to Fox for the first out of the inning. But a run will score, so Travis gets an RBI. Kramer scores. And Lewis to second with 2 outs. So Lewis on second. He won't be held there. And Mickey Vernon to the plate. Lots of lefties for the Senators in this default lineup. And 1 run's in, 2 outs. Lewis on second, and Vernon to bat from the left side. Newsom delivers. That's a possible wild pitch, 1-5 for Newsom. A 9 says no wild pitch, and we'll re-roll the 6s. How about a 3-9? Strikes him out. Newsom gets Vernon swinging. And that'll be the end of the inning. So Washington picks up 1. They lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. On the mound for the Senators, Dutch Leonard. We went over Leonard's card already, I believe. 18-13, 3.45 ERA in 33 starts. He gave up 271 hits in 256 innings, 54 walks, 91 Ks, just 6 home runs. That's significant. If you're wondering about the ballpark homers here in Fenway today, it is a 15 for lefties and a 20 for righties. So a homer-friendly park on this beautiful April 15th day. And it is a day game, folks. So the Red Sox will set their lineup this way. We're going to see a lot of these guys, and we'll see how their season compares. I'm only going to keep stats for Boston. Ted Williams, the left fielder, will bat leadoff. Batting second, first baseman Jimmy Fox. Yes, I'm stacking the lineup heavy up top. The shortstop, Joe Cronin, will bat third. Dom DiMaggio, oddly enough, the center fielder, batting cleanup. Bobby Dorr bats fifth and plays second base. Lou Finney, the left-handed hitting right fielder, bats sixth. Jim Tabor, the third baseman, bats 7th. Where the hell is Pitlack? I lost him. There he is. Frankie Pitlack will play catcher and bat 8th. And the pitcher Newsom will bat 9th. He's a number 4 pitching. Number 4 WR. And I'm happy to be streaming with you folks tonight. I really thought about not doing it, but now I'm enjoying it. So I hope you're having a good time. Hope your night's going good. If you're out there, let me know. I know there's a lot of guys streaming tonight. I was watching Dave Gardner's stream for a little while I set this one up. And I believe RJL is also streaming. So I understand if you folks aren't around, but I'm here, and I'm enjoying it. And Dave's laughing, but not at me.
Sorry, honey.
It's okay. Have a good time. So the Red Sox come up in the first, and it'll be Ted Williams to lead things off, the 24-year-old left fielder here in 1941. He waits for the pitch from the right-handed Leonard. And that's a 2-9, so we're on Williams' card, and, well, that's one of the things he's going to do an awful lot from the leadoff spot. Williams draws a walk. So a leadoff walk for Ted. He's at 13. Leonard with a -3 hold, and early a 2, -2, so it's a -5, so it means with them holding William on, he's a -7. We won't be watching too many Boston stolen bases tonight. That'll bring up Jimmy Fox. Since this is our home team, and the replay we're doing, I'll go over the stats for Fox and all the other Red Sox here on opening day only. 300 batting average and 487 at bats. 27 doubles, 8 triples, 19 homers. He drove in 105. Of course, that's probably going to change because of our batting order adjustments. 93 walks to go with 103 strikeouts. He stole 2 bases, caught stealing 5. His on-base was .412, and he slugged .505. So, a good season for Fox. He's going to have Williams on base in front of him an awful lot, as are Cronin and DiMaggio. So, let's see how the Red Sox deal with this managerial lineup adjustment by the new manager, Joe Cleary. That's right, that's my last name. JC, Sports Replays, get it? A 4-6 to Fox. He's going to loft a fly ball out to center. Kramer is there. And Fox is retired. Williams retreats to first. Here's one away. We'll bring up Joe Cronin, the shortstop for Boston. Joe's a .311 batter and 518 at-bats, 38 doubles, 8 triples, 16 homers, and 95 driven in. 82 walks to 55 strikeouts. He stole 1 base, was caught 4 times. Another 400 on-base percentage, .406, and he slugged .508. So here's Cronin, Williams on first, being held. The pitch from Leonard. How about a 2-5? And that's going to be a triple 1 to 6, double 7 to 20. Cronin turns on this one, drives it out toward the left field gap. Case is over. Kramer is on the way. Neither of them can get it. It's going to drop in and go all the way to the wall. So Williams is going to come all the way around third. They're waving him home, and he'll score easily. And sliding into third with an RBI triple to tie this game, Joe Cronin. So Cronin on third, he's a 1 second steal success rating. And this game is now tied at 1. And here's Dom DiMaggio. Nice to see someone doing their own lineups instead of using as used lineups. Yeah, I like to mix it up. I like it both ways, Bob. I'm doing the as played with 86 just because I'm curious as to how that season played out with those moves. But when I do most of my replays, I very rarely use as played, and I wanted to lead Williams off. That was really my impetus for making my own lineups here. So I just want to see how many runs he can score, how many times he can get on base, how many more homers he'll hit with those extra plate appearances. That's really my motivation. I'm also curious to see if the Red Sox, as a result of top-loading the lineup, improve upon their record, play about the same, or if they actually decline. So it'll be really, really fun to see those factors in addition to the Williams season. So Cronin's on at third with a 1-out triple, and Dom DiMaggio comes to the plate. Dom is a .283 hitter and 584 at-bats, here in 41. 37 doubles, 6 triples, 8 homers, 58 runs batted in. 90 walks and 57 strikeouts. He stole 13 and was caught 6 times. A 385 on base percentage, the lowest we've seen so far on the Red Sox, with a 408 slugging, also the lowest we've seen. He's the first guy not to slug 500 and get on base at least 400. So runner on third. They will play. He could drop a bunt every now and then. He's a beat bunter, so they'll play the corners in to try to prevent the go-ahead run, even here in the first. That's just how I like to play it. And DiMaggio, Cronin, not being held, obviously, because the Sports Time Machine. I do have 41 on Strat. I usually buy the roster when I buy the cards as well. But you like that? Good idea. Makes it more interesting. I thought so too. I thought it'd be fun. I wonder if Ted can get like close to 200 runs scored, to be honest with you. I think that's probably high, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him over 150 if the season goes his way. And no injuries, folks. I'll play the Red Sox as I see fit. The other teams will get the solitaire player rest chart. So here's DiMaggio with Cronin on third. And how you doing, Sports Time Machine? Hope you're having a good night. And let's re-roll that 20. It's a 13, doesn't matter. 6-4 against the right-hander DiMaggio. There's our first X chance. It's a 3E29 to Travis. Got another jumper already. Cut it out. How about a 9-8? A 9 on the 3 is a G3, and an 8 on the 29 is nothing. So a G3 with a runner on third is going to be runner's advance. So it's grounded to short. That's going to be deep enough to score Cronin. He'll come home. He fires to first to retire DiMaggio. DiMaggio with an RBI on the ground out, and the Red Sox lead 2-1. So I could enter my stats and auto the rest of baseball for a pennant race. That's not a bad idea, Sports Time Machine. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that between games. I don't like scoring them that way during the game, because it's just too much going on and too much on my relatively small card table here. But I might do that in between, and we can give daily updates or something as to the Red Sox standings. So, but I don't want to get caught up too much in a pennant race here. I really, really want to focus on Williams' performance and how things turn out for the Sox. So there's 2 down now. Door coming up. Bobby, let's go over his expected stats for 1941. 282 and 500 at bats, 28 doubles, 4 triples, 16 homers, and 93 batted in. 43 walks and 43 strikeouts, 1 stolen base and 3 caught. So a 339 on base and a 450 slugging. Door, this is an interesting season because Bobby is a fan favorite in Boston in 41, if I understand correctly. One of the leaders of the team and a very good second baseman, and he's going to have a plethora of guys on base in front of him. So he's an interesting one where he does not have an incredible offensive card, at least compared to a lot of the guys this year. But he might really outperform if he gets the hits at the right time. So here's Door, 2 outs, nobody on. Speaking of having runners on in front of him, he doesn't have any. A couple of productive outs for the Red Sox have resulted in 2 runs thus far. Leonard with the pitch. We can't get that one to stay in the box. There we go, 4-11. The ground ball down to first. Vernon will take it himself to retire Door for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Red Sox pick up 2 here in the first. They lead 2-1 as we go to the 2nd inning. You're a Yankee fan. Stop him. I know. But you know what? It's not an interesting Yankee season. I talked a lot about DiMaggio's 56 game hitting streak at the beginning of this, and I just think it's an incredibly difficult feat to replicate. So when I look at, I like to do these single season replays with either really interesting teams that somehow overperformed or with just the greatest performances by single players of all time. And Williams just seemed like a natural place to start, being that he's the last guy to hit 400. And it's a fascinating season, really. So, yeah. I was also thinking about doing Hornsby. I decided on Williams as being a little bit more iconic and one that would, frankly, get more people's attention. A lot more people probably know who Ted Williams is even today than have any idea who Roger Hornsby is. So, Well, Newsom back on the mound, and he will be facing Archie, Early, and Bloodworth. So Archie, the third baseman for the Senators. That's a 3-10 against the right-hander. Grounder to short. Cronin's there and throws to first to retire Archie for the first out. We won't be doing any trades. These are stock teams. Archie's a weird card because he doesn't have a name on his card for whatever reason. I forget exactly why. Obviously, he was traded at some point. But the Strat roster sheet says he should play third base for the Senators, so that's what he's doing. Well, here's Jake Early, the catcher for the Sens, bats left. Pardon me, Newsom a pitch, and it's a 3-9, fly ball out towards right. Finney will make the play, and Early is retired. I'm a little congested today. I think it's the allergies. I don't feel any other symptoms, so I assume it's allergies. And here's Jimmy Bloodworth coming up with 2 outs, nobody on. Bloodworth, a right-handed second baseman for Washington. And the pitch from Newsom is a 2-8. Strikes him out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Newsom. He gets the lead and holds it. And as we go to the bottom of the second, the Red Sox lead 2-1. Leonard back to the mound. He'll face Finney, Tabor, and Pitlack for Boston. So here's Lou Finney. An interesting hitter is Finney. One of only 2 lefties in this regular lineup for Boston, including Williams. He's a 288 hitter, 497 at-bats, 24 doubles, 10 triples, 4 homers, 53 runs batted in. 38 walks and only 17 strikeouts. That's something else. Probably, again, almost impossible to replicate. 2 stolen bases and 5 caught stealing. His on-base was 340, and he slugged 400. So, solid season for Finney. Looks like an underachiever compared to the sluggers on this team, but that's a really solid season. He's playing right, and he'll bat first here in this inning. Leonard from the windup. These guys are really jumpy tonight. That's a 2-8 against the right-hander, and he hits this one deep to right field. Home run 1-8, triple 9-20. Back goes Lewis. Can he find the room? No. It is off the wall and gets away from him. Finney's around second, on his way to third, and he will be in ahead of the throw, which is up the line a little bit. So Finney would lead off triple. No need to hold him at third. He doesn't really have a chance of stealing home. He'd be a 1 no matter what happens. And here's Jim Tabor, the third baseman for Boston. Tabor, a solid 279 and 498 at-bats, 29 doubles, 3 triples, 16 homers. Another guy with right in that 15-16 homer range, 101 batted in, 36 walks, 48 Ks. He stole 17 and was caught 9. A 328 on-base percentage. You can see how I made this lineup for the most part, folks. Starting with Williams up front, it's pretty much in on-base percentage order. And a 446 slugging. I think it actually is in the on-base percentage order. So Finney's at third, nobody out. The quarters will be in against Tabor, the A bunter. But Jim's thinking big inning. He's not thinking bunt right now. So Dutch Leonard delivers. It's a 5-8 to the right-hander. Ground ball, third base. B. Corners are in. I think that's going to be either held at home or out. I got to check. Where's my thing? Where's my Strat baseball manual? Here it is. I moved 86 off to the side here on my file cabinet, and it's throwing me off a little bit, so pardon me. So third base, ground ball B, infield in. That's a 7. Batter safe, lead runner is out, other runners advance 1 base. So Finney's going to be retired at home on the 5-2 tag, and Tabor will find himself at first. So he's a 15 minus 7. He's not going anywhere, and here's Pitlack. 1 down, Tabor at first, Pitlack due to bat. Frankie, the catcher, a 271 hitter and 336 at-bats, 23 doubles, 1 triple, 2 homers, 39 runs batted in. 28 walks, 19 Ks. He stole 5 and was caught 7 times. 329 on base with a 363 slugging. Why, those are Chad Curtis-esque numbers. Wait. So So here's Pitlack, Tabor at first. The Senators back playing for the double play. Pitlack will... Should he hit and run here? No, not with that hold. I don't like it. How about a 5-10 against the right-hander? Ground ball shortstop B. That's going to be Travis, who's going to flip to Bloodworth to retire Tabor. No throw to first as Pitlack hustled down the line. So Pitlack reaches on the fielder's choice with 2 outs now. And it will be Dick Newsom. Newsom, not much of a hitter, but he's not terrible. A 4 WR. So here's Leonard. Pitlack not taking much of a lead. Jumpers again. At least they're not jumping far tonight. 1-8, that's strikeout. So Leonard gets Newsom to end the inning. Nothing doing for Boston. It's 2-0 as we head to the third. It's going to be Leonard, followed by Case and Kramer against Red Sox pitcher Newsom. Pardon me while I have a sip of Buffalo Trace. It's been a long day, and I'm enjoying my relaxation, along with the Strat-O-Matic. Nothing like bourbon and baseball, baby. At least in the winter. In the summer, I a little bit more prefer beer and baseball. So Newsom, a 1 WR. Pardon me. Leonard is a 1 WR. Here's the pitch. A 1-8, as expected, strikes him out. The third strikeout for Newsom on the day. That'll bring up George Case. Case 0 for 1. Lined out to short his first time up. Newsom from the windup. It's a 3-9. A single to left. So Case with a base hit. He's a 19. We figured out the hold before. It'd be a -3. So actually Case has a good chance of stealing here. Doc Kramer hit and run B, but first Case is going to try to get a good lead. He needs a 2-5. A 7 will not do it. So Kramer going to hit and run. Hold on, possible wild pitch. 1-5 for Newsom. Nope, no wild pitch, so we'll re-roll. Goodness gracious, stay in there, fellas. That's a 1-6 on a hit and run A. The grounder down to second. Dorr is there. He doesn't have a play at second. He'll flip to first to retire Kramer. And Case moves up to second base with 2 outs. So Case on second, 2 down, and here's Buddy Lewis. Lewis 1 for 1 today. Newsom from the stretch. How about a 4-2 against the left-hander? That's a fly ball out towards center. DiMaggio is there and makes the play to retire the side. The Senators get no runs, leave 1. Boston coming up with a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the third. It'll be Williams leaving things off for Boston against Dutch Leonard. Williams walked and scored a run his first at-bat of the season. Leonard from the windup to the lefty Williams. That's a 3-8. And guess what Williams does, folks? Another walk, his second of the day. Ted's on at first. He'll be held. Probably not going anywhere for Jimmy Fox. Fox flew out to center his first time up. Leonard glances at Williams, and then from the stretch. How about a 3-10? Ground ball down to third. This could be a problem for the Red Sox. Archie grabs it, fires to Bloodworth at second, and on to Vernon, a 5-4-3 double play. So Fox grounds into the double play. There's 2 out now, and here's Joe Cronin. Cronin tripled his first time up, drove in a run and scored. Leonard from the windup. How about a 5-5 against the righty Cronin? Normal home run 1 or double. This one is hit deep to left center field. Will it go? No, it's off the top of the wall on the 2. Wait, I always get confused here. No, yeah, it's not an out. So I was thinking about the outfielder robbing home run, but that's when it's a home run / out split. This is a home run double split. So off the top of the wall, and Cronin cruises into second with a double. His second extra base hit of the day. The 2-out double for Cronin. Sets up Dom DiMaggio for an RBI. DiMaggio 0 for 1. Got an RBI and a ground out back in the first. Cronin not being held at second. He only has a 1-second steal success. Here's the pitch to DiMaggio. How about a 3-6? And DiMaggio draws a walk with the first base open. Now it's first and second for Bobby Doerr. Doerr lined out to first first time up. First and second, 2 outs. Leonard from the stretch. How about a 4-9 against the righty Doerr? That's a single, 2 asterisks. It's going to score 1 run, so a single. Cronin's around third. He will score. DiMaggio over to third. And it's 3-0 Boston as Doerr picks up an RBI. Like I said, he's going to be the beneficiary of a lot of guys on base, folks. It's going to be a long season for Bobby Doerr. And here is Lou Finney. Finney tripled his first time up. It was thrown out at home on a grounder. 2 down here. Doerr at first. He's being held. How about a 3-12 against the right-hander? Foul out to first base. So Vernon's over in foul territory, makes the play, and retires the side. But the Red Sox pick up another and now lead 3-1 as we go to the fourth. It'll be Travis, Vernon, and Archie for Washington. Both of these pitchers a 9 fatigue rating, if you were wondering. So here's Cecil Travis. He grounded out and got an RBI his first time up, 0 for 1 officially. The left-handed Travis waits for Newsom. From the windup, it's a 1-5. Triple 1 to 10, double 11 to 20. Travis clobbers this one to right center. It's way back. It's going to off the wall, bounce out towards center. They're chasing it down. Travis around second and into third as the throw comes into the cutoff man. A leadoff triple for Travis, and things are sure bouncing around the outfield today in Fenway. Must be that crisp April air. It's 61 degrees here in mid-April. And Travis on third. The Sox will play for 1 out with a 2-run lead, and it's Vernon coming up. Mickey Vernon struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch from Newsom. How about a 1-7? Grounder to second base, A. Will he score on that one? I think he will. Let's double check. Want to play it right, play it fair. Runner on third, A5. No. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, runners advance 1 base. I'm sorry. So, yes. Vernon grounds out to second. But he picks up an RBI and cuts the lead in half. It'll now be 3-2 as Travis scores. So 1 out. Nobody on. And here's George Archie. Archie is 0 for 1. Newsom with the pitch. That one's going to count. It didn't roll out. It's a 2-9 against the right-hander. Strikes him out. 2 down for the Senators. And we're going to come back to Jake Early with 2 outs. Early flew out to right his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Top of the fourth. Boston leads 3-2. Washington down to their final out this inning. Let's see what Early does. How about a 3-6? That's a single 1-12 or a grounder to third. So hit towards third base. Daber might have a play. And he does. It's in his glove for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Sens pick up 1. They now trailed by just 1. Red Sox leading 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Okay, we're flipping cards. Leonard comes back out, and he will face the bottom of the order. Tabor, Pitlack, and Newsom. Here's Jim Tabor. 0 for 1 so far today. Get back in there, sir. That is a 5-6 against the right-hander. Triple 1 to 3, double 4 to 20. Tabor towards the gap. Will it be cut off? No, it's past everybody. It's another triple. That's the Red Sox 3rd triple of the day. Tabor is in there ahead of the throw. And our 4th triple this game. What the heck's going on out there, Johnny? I don't know, Joe, but it's a wild one. Yep, seems it so far. So, against Pitlack, who's a pretty good bunter, they'll play the corners in, trying to keep the Red Sox from extending their lead. Pitlack waits for the pitch from Leonard. Leonard from the stretch, a 1-9. Well, that's going to get a run in. Home run 1-7, double 8-20. Pitlack gets a hold of this one. A deep drive to left field. It's over the fence. A 5 on a 1-7. A 2-run home run for Frankie Pitlack. And the Red Sox extend their lead to 5-2. Leonard's not happy with that one. And with nobody out, Dick Newsom will bat. No action in the bullpen. It's opening day, and Leonard likes to finish what he started. It's still within reach. They just need a 3-run homer. A 3-3 is a strikeout of Newsom for the first out of the inning here in the bottom of the 4th. All right. And back to Ted Williams. Williams has walked twice and scored a run. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th, and Williams looks at Leonard. Leonard likes the sign. He's into the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-4 against the lefty Williams. Ballpark single chance, 1-14 today in Fenway. No! It's a line drive to second base, and Williams is retired for the second out of the inning. So Ted's not perfect anymore. He won't bat 1,000 this season, folks, and he won't have 1,000 on-base percentage, no matter what we do from here. So 2 down, and here's Jimmy Fox. Jimmy has flown out to center and grounded out into a double play, 0-2. Here's the pitch from Leonard. How about a 3-9? Strikes out Fox to end the inning. So he's through the 4th. 2 runs in, but Leonard staunches the damage, and the Red Sox lead 5-2 as we go to... Oops, where'd Lou Finney go? He got out of the order there. Hold on one sec. You get back in line, sir. So we'll go to the 5th, and the Senators will send up Bloodworth, Leonard, and Case. I'm going to stick with Leonard a little bit longer. Like to give their number 1 starter a chance to win this one eventually, if they can get their bats going. So here's Jimmy Bloodworth. He struck out his first time up, 0-1. How about a 1-9 against the right-hander? Fly ball to left. Williams is there and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Here's Leonard. Leonard struck out his first time up. That's right. A 6-4 against the right-hander. Ground ball, third base X. That's Tabor. He's a 4E37. Adventures on the corners. And that's going to be an 8-10. G3. G3 nothing. Tabor makes the play over to first. And Leonard is retired for the second out of the inning. So 2 down. Here's George Case. Case 1 for 2 today. Singled his last time up. George waits. Newsom in the lineup. How about a 6-9 against the right-hander? Single to right field. Case goes the opposite way for his second base hit of the day with 2 outs here in the 5th. And he'll probably try to get into scoring position because he's got speed. He needs a 2-5 to get a lead. But 10's not going to do it. So they're holding him close. And here's Kramer. Kramer 1 for 2 with a run scored. The pitch from Newsom, a 5-4 against the lefty Kramer. Catcher's card X. Pitlack is a 2E3. And that will be a 7-10. 7 on a 2 for the catcher's a PP. And a 10 on a, what did I say, E3? Is nothing. So that PP, if I remember correctly, we're going to just the wild pitch to see if a pass ball occurs. Although that seems weird, but that's how the rules are written, to account for some pitchers being a little bit harder to catch. So Newsom's wild pitch chance is a 5. And a 6 has no pass ball. So that'll be a pop out to the catcher Pitlack to end the inning. The Senators strand 1 and trail by 3 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. The Red Sox will send up Cronin, DiMaggio, and Dorr. This is a fun Red Sox team to play. If they only had a little bit better pitching, they probably would have competed. As it is, I think they came in second. Largely carried by the bats that you see at the top of the order there, Williams, Fox, and Cronin. So Cronin ready to go. He's 2 for 2 today, a double, a triple, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Big day for Cronin so far. No matter what he does from here on out, he's had a solid opening day. So here's Leonard. The pitch, a 4-7. Single 1 to 5 or a line out to second. A line drive, but it's right at the second baseman Bloodworth, and Cronin is finally retired for the first out of the inning here in the fifth. It's Dom DiMaggio coming up. Dom is 0 for 1. A walk and an RBI today on the ground out. Leonard delivers a 6-7. Ground ball, second base X. That's going to be Dorr. He's a 1E24, the best fielder on this team. Maybe Pitlack is. It's close. 1E24. Sorry, hit the camera there. A little shake. And we've got a 12-9. That's going to be a G1. G1 nothing. So Dorr fires over to first. And Fox makes the play for the second out of the... Sorry, not Fox. What did I do? Did I really just call... Should have been a 328. Hold on a second. I scored that one on Dorr. It should be scored on Bloodworth. So I have a 12-9 on a 3E28. Maybe I did do it right. Nope. G2. G2 nothing. So it is a 4-3. It's just Bloodworth to Vernon, not Dorr to Fox. Get it together, Bobby. So DiMaggio is out. And Dorr is coming up. That's why I was confused. 2 down now. Dorr is 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI. Red Sox leading 5-2. And here's a 3-3 by Dorr. Grounder to short. Travis is there. Over to Vernon. And the side's retired 1-2-3 by Leonard, who settles down after giving up the homer last inning. Red Sox score none here in the fifth, and they lead by 3 as we head to the sixth. The Senators will send the heart of their order up to try to get something going. It's Lewis, Travis, and Vernon. Buddy Lewis 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-6. And he drives one up the middle. It's a base hit. And Lewis is on with the second hit of the day. He's a 15. And they would be, let's see, -3. So he'd be a 12. He's not going to try to steal. Here's Travis. Down by 3. They don't want to give up any more outs. No hit and run. Hopefully no double play as far as the Senators are concerned. A 6-7. Single 1 to 6 or a line out to second. This one is hit towards Dorr. And he makes the play for the first out of the inning. Lewis back to first. Being held there for Mickey Vernon. Vernon 0 for 2 with an RBI and a ground out. Keeping it moving. How about a 2-5 against the right-hander? Single to right. Vernon pulls one. Lewis around second. He was being held. Let's just take a look at what the calculation looks like. He's a 1-14, makes him a 1-13. The right fielder throwing a third gives a +2, so that's a 1-15. And the right field arm is a -2. That takes us back to a 1-13. He's going to stop there with a 3-run deficit. They hold the runner. It's first and second now for George Archie. Archie 0 for 2 today. Newsom looks in, likes the sign. He pitches from the stretch. A 3-2. Ground ball, third base A. You know what that means, folks. It's the old 5-4-3 double play. So Newsom gets out of the inning, 1 left. The double play reduces the chances of the Senators scoring, obviously. And Boston hanging on to a 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Leonard will face Finney, followed by Tabor and Pitlack, 6-7-8. Here's Finney. He's 1 for 3. One of 3 Boston triples on the day and 4 in the game. 4-11. There's a fly ball to left field X. Case is a good fielder, 1E10. Good range anyway. And that's going to be a 5-10 on a 1E10. F2. F2 nothing. Case makes the play. And Finney is retired for the first out of the sixth. Here's Jim Tabor. Tabor tripled his last time up, came around to score on the Pitlack homer. He's 1 for 2. How about a 6-9 against the right-hander? Strikes him out. Second out of the inning. Leonard has now retired 8 in a row since that home run. And here's Pitlack, who homered his last time up, 1 for 2 on the day. How about a 4-8 against the right-hander? A fly ball out toward left. Case roams over, says he has it, and does for the third out of the inning. So Dutch Leonard back-to-back 1-2-3 innings after giving up that homer. Newsom will return, and the Senators trying to make up a 3-run deficit as we go to the 7th. It's going to be Early, Bloodworth, and Leonard. We might see a pinch hitter for Leonard here. Even though he's just heating up, they need to get the offense going. Probably going to be situational. So we're here in the 7th. Early is 0 for 2. Newsom with the pitch, a 1-8 against the right-hander. Grounded a door. He'll throw over to Fox. I will yawn a little bit. That was such a routine play, and Early's retired for the first out. Here's Bloodworth. Jimmy's 0 for 2. How about a 5-10? Grounded shortstop X. 4E34 for Cronin. Not a good shortstop. How about a 15-5? Uh-oh. It's going to be a rare play. That's a G2RP. Let's see. Batter lines a shot that deflects off the pitcher to the fielder, who makes the play to first for the out. Runners advance at first. That's lined off of Newsom. Right to Cronin, who picks it and fires to first to retire the side. So let's score at 1-6-3 today. Not that we keep defensive stats, but what the heck. Leonard due up, and with nobody on, they're going to let him bat. Because what the heck. Leonard 0 for 2 today. Here's Newsom 6-8 against the righty Leonard. A base hit. So Leonard surprises everybody, waits on that one, and flicks it through the right side for his first hit of the year and day. A 2-out hit for Leonard. And it's now George Case, who's got 2 base hits on the day. Let's see if he can make it 3. Red Sox trying to hold the Senators right where they are, enjoying that 3-run cushion. Well, the 20 don't matter. Here's a 4-9. Normal home run 1-4, double 5-20. This one's hit deep to left field. It could be trouble. It is off the wall. That was a 4-9. No asterisk. So Leonard will be around third. Case will be into second. First of all, I want to see if Leonard's got any kind of extra run rating. I didn't note it earlier. Well, nope, they didn't have any of those guys with extra run ratings in this at this point in time. They are not included on this roster sheet, so we'll assume Leonard is exactly as advertised, a 1-10. So a 1-10 runner. Double is to center. He was not being held. Pardon me. Makes him a 1-11. The center fielder's arm DiMaggio. Never mind. It's a -4 arm by Dom DiMaggio in center. Leonard will hold it third. So second and third for the Senators here in the 7th inning. And that brings the tying run to the plate. It's Doc Kramer. Kramer 1 for 3 today with a run scored. Newsom trying to get out of this inning and hold on to the lead. If he doesn't get Kramer, it might be the last batter. That's a 3-3 against the right-hander. A line drive, but right at Cronin. He snatches it out of the air to retire the side. So the defense helps Newsom out. Senators are retired. We'll go to the 7th inning stretch. You'll pardon me while I stand up and actually stretch for a moment. It's been a long day. Got to keep the blood flowing. And also just a little bit more bourbon for this tiny little glass here. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Pour me some bourbon and get me a hot dog. I can't wait for spring training to start. That's right, folks. I'm a man of leisure, and Buffalo Trace is my leisurely way to spend an evening with you and play some Strat-O-Matic baseball. I don't mind, and it don't matter. That's good stuff, baby. Yeah. So the Red Sox will come up in the bottom of the seventh after a very unorthodox seventh-inning stretch here in Shrewsbury Township, New Jersey, by way of Fenway Park. Leading off for the Red Sox will be the pitcher Newsom. Newsom struck out twice today. Leonard is on the mound for the bottom of the seventh. The pitch from Leonard's a 6-5 against the right-hander. Shortstop X. That's going to be Travis. He's a 3E29. Let's see how that goes. It's a 3. No, that's probably not going to be good. And a 7. That's a single one, sure enough. And a 7 on a 29 is nothing. But Newsom has his first base hit of the year. He's on at first with nobody out, and here is Ted Williams. Ted thus far today is 0 for 1. He walked twice and scored a run back in the first. Ted, the focus of our replay. Let's see if he can get his first base hit or at least get on base. Newsom not straying far. Leonard ignoring him. From the windup, he's ignoring him so bad. He knows Williams is the threat here. A 3-12. Fly ball to deep center field. Kramer's going back on it. He's on the run deep toward right center. He makes the catch. An ice cream cone in his glove. He runs into the wall, not too hard, kind of recovers himself, hurls and throws it back in, but that ball is so deep it's going to be Newsom going to second on the long fly ball by Williams. Everybody thought that one was gone, but there's nooks and crannies in Fenway here, and that one got into one. Kramer was able to run it down, but Newsom able to tag from first and go to second in scoring position. That's a fly ball A, folks. Fly ball center field A, if you were wondering. So Leonard breathes a sigh of relief as Williams gave that one a ride, and here's Jimmy Fox. Take it easy, Dutch. You're not out of trouble yet. Fox 0 for 3 today. He's due, as they say. Struck out his last time up. Leonard looks in. He's not worried about Newsom at second either from the windup. That is a 6-4 against the right-hander. Grounded to short. Travis, a 3E29. Nobody being held, so nothing changes. And that's a 1. That's worse than a 3. A 1-11. Single 2 is going to score a run. An 11 on an E29. E1. Oh, boy. Single 2 E1. Batter to second. Runner advances 2 bases. So, interesting. Newsom was off with the pitch. They're going to give Fox the RBI. And on the poor throw by Travis, Fox to second. So it was an infield single. Really? How does an E6 work there? I don't even know. Guess he threw it away. But we're going to give him the RBI anyway because it said single too. Visualize it however you want, folks. I'm tired and it doesn't make sense to me, but that's how we're scoring it. So Fox ends up at second where they won't have to hold him. There's 1 out, and Cronin comes to the plate. Cronin a double, a triple, and a line out. Thus far today, 2 runs scored and 1 driven in. Fox on at second in scoring position. And the pitch. How about a 5-12 right-hander grounded back to Leonard. He's got himself a fielding chance. 2E17. Got a jumper. Get back in there, baby. 2E17. How about a 5-11? It's going to be a G3. G3E1. That's not good. Error. Batter to first. Runners advance 1 base. So Leonard throws to first. It's in the dirt. Vernon cannot dig it out. And everybody's safe. Fox to third. Cronin to first. First and third with just 1 out now for Dom DiMaggio. Dom's 0 for 2. He walked and drove in a run on a ground ball way back in the first inning. Boston with a 5-2 lead and threatening to make it worse. The Senators are playing for the double play, hoping to get Cronin doubled off at first if they can get DiMaggio to hit a ground ball. Leonard looks in from the stretch. How about a 2-5? Fly ball to left. That's a B question mark. So that's going to be deep enough to score the run, I do believe. What's the B question mark? Let's see. Case is going to make the play. A +2. So running speed outfielders aren't +2. So Fox is not actually very speedy. He's a 1-9, make it a 1-11, and then Case's arm is a +2, 1-13. Fox is going to tag. He's going to try for home. The throw's coming home. Cronin is holding. No, Cronin's on his way to second. They elect not to cut it off. They need to keep it right here. That's cocked. I have to re-roll it. And he's out! Case with a great throw, and he gets the not-too-speedy Jimmy Fox. For the second out of the inning, they cut off the run. It'll stay 6-2. DiMaggio thought he had himself an RBI, but instead he just had a long fly ball to left. And Fox could not get home in time. So, 2 outs now, bottom of the 7th. Cronin ended up on second. And here's Dorr. Dorr 1 for 3 today, an RBI himself. How about a 5-7 righty? Grounded to short. Travis looks routine. He fires. Vernon makes the play at first, and the Red Sox are retired, but they pick up a run. They leave 1. And as we head to the 8th, Boston 6, Washington 2. Newsom comes out. He'll face Lewis, Travis, and Vernon. Lewis 2 for 3 on the day. A pretty good day so far. He'd like to get something going for the Senators here in the 8th. It's a 4-6 against the left-hander, and that's a base on balls. So Lewis is reaching for the 3rd time today. 2 singles and a walk now. He'd be at 12 if he got a good lead. That's not really good enough to risk it here. With a 4-run deficit, they need to get base runners. And here's Travis. 1 for 3, a triple, a run scored, and an RBI. Newsom from the stretch. Runner on first. It's a 3-5 against the right-hander. A single up the middle. Cronin dives. He gets a glove on it, but he can't come up with it. He'll hold Travis to an infield base hit. So first and second now with nobody out. And Mickey Vernon comes to plate. Vernon, pretty much the normal stat line for the Senators today. 1 for 3 with a ground-out RBI. He also struck out at one point. He's got runners on first and second, nobody out. Vernon would like to have a productive at-bat here. Senators trail by 4. It is 6-2 here in the 8th. The left-handed Vernon, the right-handed Newsom. Here's the pitch. A 3-7. Fly ball out to center. It's a B question mark. DiMaggio will make the play. -4 arm says Lewis isn't going anywhere. So first and second, 1 out. Here's George Archie. Archie is 0 for 3, grounded out twice, once into a double play, and struck out. Newsom delivers first and second, 1 out. 6-6 against the right-hander. That's a fly ball to left. Williams will roam over. Says he's got it and makes the play for the second out of the inning. Runners retreat, and there's 2 outs now. And here's Jake Early. Early 0 for 3. Newsom set, and the pitch. That's cocked. We'll re-roll. Having a 4-4 against the left-hander. Fly ball to center. DiMaggio will have a play. He's a 1E16. Kind of a high error rating, but the 1 should make up for it. It's a 5-12. Wrong chart. 5 on the 1's an F2 and a 12 on an E16. Let's see. DiMaggio makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Senators leave 2 in the 8th. We'll go to the bottom half of the inning. Red Sox due up. It'll be Finney, Tabor, and Pitlack, the 6, 7, 8 hitters. And here's Dutch Leonard still there. Going to be Leonard's last inning because no matter what, he's going to be pinch hit for in the next inning. He's held on today. He's given up 6 runs, but he's been a gamer. And here's Lou Finney. Finney 1 for 3 with a triple. And that's a 4-9 against the left-hander. A base hit up the middle. A leadoff single for Finney. Fielded by Kramer. He gets it back in. And there's a 1 man on, nobody out for Jim Tabor. Tabor 1 for 3, another triple, and a run scored. He struck out his last time up. Boston with a 4-run lead. Tabor is swinging away. Possible wild pitch. It's a 1-7 on Leonard. First time he's been tested. No wild pitch. So we'll re-roll. How about a 2-7? Strikes him out. Tabor down on strikes for the second time today. And with 1 out and a man on first, here's Pitlack. Pitlack is homered today. He's 1 for 3. Drove in a pair on a 2-run shot back in the, 4th inning. He waits. Senators looking for a double play. A 3-7 against the righty. Fly ball to center. Hard to get a double play on a fly ball. Kramer is there, makes the catch. And there's 2 down. And here's Newsom, the pitcher, who will come out for the 9th with a 4-run lead. Newsom 1 for 3 with a run scored and 2 strikeouts. Hope you guys are enjoying this game. I am. How about a 6? And we don't know yet because that's caught. 6-8 against the right-hander. Pops him up on the infield. No problem for Travis. He retires Newsom. And we'll go to the 9th. Senators running out of chances. They trail by 4. And they will send up Bloodworth, Leonard, and Case. So probably not. Newsom is out to try to finish what he started. Bloodworth, pretty good hitter. But they might have somebody better on the bench. He's not actually a pretty good hitter. By 1941 standards, he's unpresentable. A 245 hitter with a 303 on base percentage. Let's see who we got. We got Sammy West, who walks a lot. Got Hilly Lane. These guys are the guys with the least number of bats. So I should actually start at the top here. Evans is a backup catcher. He's not going to hit. Buddy Meyer. He gets on base a little bit more often. He does not. Ortiz, very few at bats. And he bats right, so no. Well, they don't have much going here. Bloodworth have a hit today? No, he's 0 for 3. Jimmy Pofall. Hilly Lane. There we go. So it's going to be Buddy Meyer stepping in for Bloodworth. And Hilly Lane will grab a bat and come out on deck. He will hit for Leonard. So Bloodworth's day is done. He's 0 for 3. Struck out and grounded into a double play. It's going to be Meyer. Pinch hitting, and on deck behind him, also pinch hitting, will be Lane with a Y, L-A-Y-N-E. Which means Leonard's day is done, by the way, folks. He went 8 and stands to lose it unless the Senators can rally here. Hey, D. Scott Howard. How you doing tonight, brother? Thanks for stopping by. You're just in time for the top of the 9th as the Senators try to close in and make up a 4-run deficit against Dick Newsom and the Red Sox. It's going to be Buddy Meyer pinch hitting for Bloodworth, the left-hander. Waits for the pitch from Newsom. Newsom into the windup. Trying to finish this game. It's a 5-8. Fly ball out towards center. Dom DiMaggio looks like he'll have room. Takes a step backwards, 1 to his left, and makes the catch. A can of corn for DiMaggio. Meyer is retired for the first out of the inning. Hilly Lane will make his first appearance for the Senators. He replaces Leonard, who was the pitcher. Leonard was 1 for 3 and went 8 innings. He stands to lose it if the Sens don't rally with just 2 outs remaining. Lane waits. Newsom likes the sign. The windup in the pitch. How about a 3-6? And Lane does his job. He pulls one through the right side. That's a base hit. past Fox, Lane will be on with a 1-out single. Lane, a little bit of a stealing threat, but they need 4 runs. They're not going to risk getting caught stealing here with the top of the order coming up. So that'll bring up George Case. Now, George has had a productive day against Newsom. The bullpen is finally up for the Red Sox. Case is 3 for 4, 2 singles and a double in 4 tries. The Red Sox will play back for a double play. Lane on first. Newsom from the stretch. Here's the pitch. How about a 4-8 against the right-hander? That's trouble. Hit out toward the left center field. A double 1-3 or a single. That's going to be, ooh, that was almost a double. A base hit. Case's 4th hit of the day. Lane will round second, go on to third as the throw comes in. And it's going to be first and third with 1 out. And Doc Kramer comes to the plate. Kramer's 1 for 4 with a run scored. This might be Newsom's last batter if he doesn't get an out. If he doesn't get an out, that'll bring the tying run to the plate, frankly. So Newsom looks in. They're looking for 2. They'll take 1, though. And Kramer waits from the left side against the righty Newsom. That's going to be a 5-7. Ground ball, second base X. The Red Sox best fielder is Dorr. He's a 1E24. Is he responsible for the runner? He is not. He stays a 1E24. That's a 17. That's usually good news. And an 8. The 17's a G1. Could be a double play. The 8 on the E24 is nothing. Runners on first and third. That's going to be a 4-6. Dorr to Cronin to Fox. Double play to end the game. Newsom breathes a sigh of relief and trots toward the dugout. And Cronin and Dorr give each other a high five, even though I don't think that was a thing yet. They shake hands as they head back to the dugout. The Red Sox do not bat in the bottom of the 9th. It's going to be Washington with 2 runs, Boston with 6, and the Red Sox here in our 1941 Ted Williams Chasing 400 replay start off with a 1-0 record in front of 15,000 here in opening day on Fenway Park in 1941. That was a fun game. Williams, for those of you tracking, is 0 for 2 thus far this season, so he's batting 0. He did walk twice and score a run. Those of you who tuned in late should know that the premise of this replay is Ted Williams will bat leadoff the entire season for Boston, and we've rearranged the lineup to suit our fun, with all the sluggers at the top in a dwindling order as they go down. We want to see if maybe Ted Williams can score 150 runs this year. Scores 1 a game, he'll be there, right? So that is it from Boston. The Red Sox 6, Washington 2. Dick Newsom with the win, and Dutch Leonard will take the loss. We'll record some stats and see you next time, folks. The MVP of our game, well, let's take a look. Got some choices here. Could be Cronin. It's going to be Cronin or Pitlock. I think we're going to have to go with Cronin. So Joe Cronin gets our MVP. He is 2 for 4, a double, a triple, 2 runs scored, and an RBI here on opening day from Fenway. We'll see you next time in this replay when Washington will be back against Boston for Game 2 of this 2-game series. Folks, I've really enjoyed broadcasting with you tonight as we start this new project. Don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow night with the next game in our 1986 replay. It's going to be the Royals visiting the Yankees. And then we'll go from there. So we'll get 1 or 2 of these games in every week, okay? Hope you guys have a fun week. Get ready for the Super Bowl on Sunday. Let me know who you've got in the comments if you feel like it. And if not, well, whatever. It's all good. It's all baseball here on JC Sports Replays right now. Have a happy Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It is Wednesday. Have a happy Wednesday night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.